Hello! I realised we were long overdue another Wish Random Items video. As ever, we shall be using the Lucky 9 system, where I go on a website and get 9 random words, and the first 8, I just go onto Wish, put them in, and buy the first thing that is £5 or less. And then for the last one, it's kind of the first thing that's somewhere between £10 and £15 and less, because the last item is super good. It's not usually that super good. Anyway, our first word is decisive. Decisive. If you wanted something decisive from Wish, you'd want something that could make decisions for you. Well, fans of Harvey Dent rejoice. They've got a coin, and it says yes on one side and no on the other. And it's a big heavy slab of metal, which is good. It's a nice weathering effect on it as well. And all your little ridges on the outside, and all the cool things you'd want your coin to have. And the imagery is yes, with Illuminati palms of hands, and sun and moon and mountains and all that kind of guff. But for no, the Angel of Death. Looks like a biker's tattoo, that one, isn't it? And below it, a thing. I've got no idea what that is. Dreamcatcher? I've got no idea. Well, that's really nice, in the sense of it's a nice, solid thing. And indeed, you can flip the coin and it will give you an answer. But other than that, yeah, it's just a nifty bit of metal with weird imagery on, frankly. What more do you want for your £3.64? Possibly quite a lot, but you ain't going to get it if you order one of these. Right, shall we continue with this or move on to the next thing? Hang on, that's not yes or no. Shall we move on to the next item? Whoop. And it says, yes, Pebble. Pebble. Garden litter. Or maybe it's crystal meth. No, I think it's garden litter. Great, hang on. Let's open it up. And if you particularly want things that look like that in your garden, there you go. Brilliant. So you could put them on top of a plant, and then people say, why have you got bits of plastic on top of your plant? They do look like lozenges of some type. Also, they're not great in the sense of the moulding. Look, they've all got a little bit of moulding cast off, possibly even sprue on it. And there's different shapes. How many different shapes are there? As he desperately tries to think of something to talk about with these bloody things. There's a teardrop. There's a rounder one. There's a weird shape. This is like McDonald's nuggets, isn't it? But they've all got specific shapes and names. Got that one. I think that, looking at it, is that different. Hang on. Oh, yeah, that's a different one as well. Well, there's quite a few different shapes, actually. I'm going to say they're probably going to go in the bin. Romantic. Romantic. What could be more romantic than a ring for your loved one? Here it is. It's made of a cheap metal. It doesn't squeeze. It doesn't bend. It's not going to make your finger go green. It's not even pretending to be a precious metal. And it's got some inlaid design on it, which looks, I don't know, vaguely Celtic or something, maybe. I think it's just a wavy line, to be honest with you. And there you go, really. It's a ring, and it cost exactly £2.47. I think this is sized to me, actually, because you can pick different sizes. I think I picked the right one, but I'm not going to put it on, because there's a chance it'll go over the knuckle there and then never come off again. I'll have to have it cut off, like those people you see on the hospital programmes who are always embarrassed about it. Yeah, there we are. It is a ring. What could you... Oh, I've just realised something, actually. It's got some sort of resin over it. You can't actually feel the design. That's more than I thought. Yeah, they've protected the design. That's quite cool. Yeah, just give it to the goth in your life for an anniversary gift, or propose some kind of very cheap wedding. I genuinely don't know, but I tell you what I do know. The next word is distortion. Distortion. Okay, this was going to come up eventually because, as you can imagine, Wish has been selling a lot of face masks over the last sort of 18 months or so for some reason. And this is just one of them. I don't know why it's called Distortion, but this is like a really bad looking face mask. It's like something, it's Mortal Kombat cosplay or something. So you've got this hard plastic thing at the front, which sits over your face like a pair of glasses. Doesn't work for me at all, because there's loads of, like, gap at the bottom. And besides which, surely you want something, you know, cloth that you can breathe through, not something where just it's all going to go around it. It's very strange. Very strange indeed. It seems like somebody just came up with the idea and produced it without actually thinking about whether it would be particularly effective or not. But it's certainly a fashion statement. Yeah, I think there's a reason I've never seen anybody wearing one of these. It doesn't look effective, and it does look ridiculous. So that is the kind of combination which nobody wants or needs in their life, frankly. But on the plus side, you can keep it for 10 years and then use it in your Mortal Kombat fan film for when, like, Scorpion and Sub-Zero are getting on a bit and are wearing old man glasses, but somehow they're also ninja masks. Yeah, not sure I'd watch that, actually. Tempt. Oh, now this is an interesting one, isn't it? What could they tempt you with from Wish? What is temptation on wish.com? Well, I can tell you, it costs £4.73, and it is a bag full of magnetic hooks. I don't understand where tempt comes in on this at all. It's some magnetic hooks. They've got quite good magnets in them. Ooh, yeah, very strong. Mind you, it's sticking to another magnet at the moment, isn't it? So you can pop that on your fridge or whatever, and then you've got a small hook you can hang things from, like a tiny mouse that's bungee jumping, or those old muscle figures. There we are. You can have a bit of string and just hang those off your fridge. I don't know. If you've got a use for these in your garage or other area, that's really handy, because they're just going to stick on fairly strongly. You don't want to put anything too heavy on them, but on the other hand, they are very small, so that's not a thing anyway, is it? Yeah, and it's not going to damage anything. You can put them on, take them off, as you see fit. What a life you will lead. How many of them do you get, though, you want to know? There's 6, quite obviously. Yep, that's magnetic hooks, everybody. Why is it tempt? What is tempting about the... Oh, I have been tempted by a magnetic hook recently. Oh, The Last Temptation of Christ. There we are. I've not seen that film, but I'm now going to presume it's just about Jesus of Nazareth holding one of these and going, ooh, magnet, ooh, for like an hour and a half. Do you know, the more I think about it, the less likely I think it is that that's the plot of that film. Ha! I was joking. That's not a word.
Good.
As you're probably aware, we've got these lovely Polybius heist action figures and physical copies of all our films available again. But I warn you, oh best beloveds, they're all going off sale in about 27 hours from the time I upload this video. So if you are interested, do jump on board before they disappear. And I just want to say, massive bloody thanks for all your support for these things, because I never thought we'd be able to make really cool actual Ashens action figures. But we've bloody gone and done it. You've kind of made a dream come true for several of us here, and we bloody appreciate it. Anyway, these didn't come from Wish, but here's something that did. Tin. I thought this would be an easy one to guess what it was going to come up with, because, you know, they must sell tins to keep things in, or at the very least items made of tin. So, do you know what tin came up with? Small bag of tiny rubber ducks. What has this got to do with tin? I mean, I said tiny, possibly because of the word tin. I don't think that was actually a thing. Yeah, it's they're little hard plastic ducks designed on the traditional Bath rubber duck type scenario. Use them as cake toppers. Throw them at your enemies. Set them on fire, then regret buying them and setting them on fire. There's a million things you can do with them. Yeah, but how this came up with tin, I have no idea whatsoever. Maybe if you smash them all together really hard, they turn into a lump of tin. Again, this seems unlikely. But they are cute little things, aren't they? If you do want tiny little ducks in your life, I can think of no better way of purchasing them than for £2.80 off Wish. Hello, my name is Billy the Duck. I'm not really got anything to say, but it felt like this segment was a bit short, so I'm just going to say a load of waffle, and then we're going to go on to the next word, which is... uncertainty. Uncertainty. Many things in life are uncertain, but, according to Wish, the most uncertain thing in life is a sort of weird chain, and it's got, like, pins on each end, so you can attach it to something, and it's got an eyeball on each bit. Because, of course! Yep, it's weird eyeball chain pin thing. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. How this fits in with uncertainty, I'm not sure, but it makes more sense than tin for rubber ducks, frankly. Yeah, well, there we go. If you are going off to a soiree and you want something to put on your suit and or dress to, I don't know why I said and or. Very rarely do people wear a suit and a dress simultaneously. But hey, maybe that'll happen at Oscars this year. Keep an eye out. See, we got two. Oh, sorry. It's the fashion accessory nobody wanted or cared about. I don't understand, really. It's again, vaguely goth jewellery, maybe? I don't know what else to say about it, really. It doesn't look like this chain would stand up to much punishment, does it? Shall we try it? Yeah, it did not stand up to much punishment. I had to put on virtually no strength at all to snap that. But if I was to cut those off, you could have two little eye badges, which I think is probably cooler than the thing with the chain on it, frankly. You could use them as cufflinks. Oh, really bad cufflinks, because that wouldn't hold on strongly enough and would just come off and ping off and then they'd drop on the floor. But other than that, it's the best idea ever. I must say, actually, they have done a nice job of making the inside of the eye look vaguely realistic. The iris there. Great. Bored. And you know what it gave us? A drawing board that looks like some sort of iPad or something, and actually has a battery in it. So this is interesting. I've seen these around in the Wish results for ages, but it's never actually come up as being like the first option. This is the first time we've got ourselves a chance to go back to the drawing board. Yes. This is how these things work, because I'd always been intrigued by this. You take out your stylus, or shit pen, as we're going to call it, and you draw something amazing on it, or write an amazing note, like, need fewer potatoes. There we are. It's an anti-shopping list. And then it's written on your thing in an interesting colour. But here's the crazy bit. Press the bin button at the bottom, and indeed it does delete. Blop. So it's quite nifty, that, isn't it? For something for a kid to play with for £3.80. Maybe you could get them cheaper in this country. Seems unlikely, but I don't know. But yeah, there we are. I've always wondered how these things work. The answer is surprisingly well. I mean, you know. Oh no, there are scribbles all over my lovely drawing board. Oh, now they are gone. It's weirdly like magic. Very crap magic, but weirdly like magic nonetheless. Let's draw a lovely picture before we go on to the last item. Right, let's stick on. That can be its nose, I've decided. And some eyes there. It's going to be an alien, I think. It's going to look like this. There we are. It's going to have a big bulbous head with antenna on, as all aliens should. Yep, like it. And also, it's going to be a stockbroker, so let's put it in its suit. There we are. Bit of a tie going on. Looks a bit miserable, but then again, it's a stockbroker. It should be out doing alien things. And now we've got this amazing picture, which will be in our hearts forever. Oh no! Demonstration. So, £14.20 dropped on this one for a demonstration item. But what is it demonstrating? I don't think I would have guessed this. Teeth. Teeth demonstration time, everybody. Well, what do you know? Yeah, it's like a pair of those chattering teeth, but, well, far better moulded and more realistic. I mean, I presume this is sort of taken from a live cast at some stage. And presumably it's something to just teach people about teeth, like very low-level dentistry or something. And, yeah, there's a big hinge on it, because, predictably, they open up. And you can see all the different teeth. You've got your canines, you've got your molars, you've got your Hossett bassoon, you've got your slugs, you've got all the most important teeth, all immediately visible. And you can point to people and go, that is a tooth. And they'll go, you're bloody right, you know. They don't come out, and as you can see, they're all actually moulded together into one piece. Quite why you'd want to remove them, I don't know. Make a weird board game set up around them. Ooh, what's the sound effect like as they chomp together? Pleasing, although not very toothy, due to the whole very heavy plastic sort of construction of it. What an odd thing. Demonstration. What's the first thing we need to demonstrate to everybody? Teeth. Welcome to the Wish.com Teeth Factory. But yeah, it's good at what it does, in the sense that it's good at looking like some teeth. I do think, though, for nearly £15, I would have preferred something where the teeth weren't quite so sort of stuck together. But on the other hand, I mean, if you look at them, they've even got slightly translucent plastic, which makes them look more teeth-like. So maybe I'm whining about nothing, and maybe actually getting like a proper dental one of these would probably cost hundreds of pounds or something. So this is your budget equivalent for having realistic teeth. Hell, if something happens and all your teeth fall out, maybe you could pull this off here, it's only glued on by the looks of it, and then use them as really, really dreadful false teeth that don't fit your mouth at all and constantly make you bleed. Do you know what? No, I'm going to walk that back and say that's probably not a good idea. Final reminder, you've got about 27 hours from the upload of this video, then all this stuff is unavailable and bin and gone, so do run along if you're interested. Oh, I was expecting the cube to say good again.
Subscribe for more.